Hi, it's been a while since I've done a video, so I thought I would do one today on a technique that I mention in a lot of my project instructions, edging with chalk inks. I was at a mixed media group meeting recently and I whipped out my chalk ink pads and started edging some papers, and a couple of the new members looked at me and said, "What the heck are you doing?" So this video is pretty much what I showed them how to do. This is the tool of choice. It's a Color Box Cat's Eye chalk ink pad. These are my chalk ink pads. I have a lot of colors, but probably not all of them. The four that go with me everywhere are chestnut roan, creamy brown, amber clay, and burnt sienna. Those are four really nice earth tone colors that will age just about any paper. And I'm just going to work on this watercolor paper tag that a friend sent me. So what I'm doing is I'm holding the pad flat above the tag and dragging it across the surface. And the reason I'm holding it in the air is because I don't want to get the impression of the foam pad on the tag. I just want to drag the color across. Now, depending on whether your ink pad is really new and wet or really old and crusty and dry like some of mine are, you'll get more or less color. So obviously a new wet pad is going to deposit a lot of color, while these older pads, I'm really having to work at it. But you can see already this is amber clay, which is giving it a nice mellow yellowy old tone. And you can see that along the outer edge here it's really there's really quite a lot of color, and it's sort of feathering inward. It's really hard to get a lot of color onto a surface when you're working up in the air like this, and that's a good thing. You don't want to lay it flat. Here, I'll show you this on this tag. If you lay it flat, what you end up with is this, which is kind of blotchy and uneven, and I don't know, maybe it's good for some things, but I'd much prefer to do this and get a lovely glow of color. So this is laying flat and this is holding it up in the air. You can also layer colors on top of each other. So this is a brand new pad of burnt sienna, and I'm going to work very lightly because it's very wet and it's leaving a lot of ink behind. But I can just layer this right over the amber clay, and if it's still a little bit wet, the colors will blend really nicely, and it won't really deposit too much color on my ink pad. I tend to work light to dark, so first I did amber clay, and now I'm doing burnt sienna, which is a little bit darker, and probably next I'll do just a little bit of chestnut roan along the edge. I wouldn't want to work chestnut roan first and amber clay after it, because the amber clay, the lighter amber clay pad, would pick up some of the brown of the chestnut roan and would kind of wreck my pad. But working light to dark like this pad really won't pick up any of the amber clay. So there is my lovely aged tag, and here's a brand new one so you can see the difference. I hope that clears up some of the mystery. I'll see you next time.